Pain heals. Chicks dig scars. Glory lasts forever.
Asia Wilson. Asia. Acts like an unlikable, petty, insecure, jealous, narcissistic fool. And then she decides, hey, you know what? I get backlash for being that person, and I'm going to double down on being that person. Let's talk about it. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for being here. Appreciate all your support, of course. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Shout out to the 19. So let's dig in. Did a video of this the other day. Asia Wilson was given a participation trophy as the Time Athlete of the Year. Yes, participation trophy. You will never get me to change my mind on that. There is no way any real sports fan, being honest, is going to say that it was not Otani for the Dodgers. End of discussion. But this was in response to Caitlin Clark getting it last year. So, of course, Time had to fall on that sword, be an activist organization as the magazine has been, and say, hey, we're going to make Asia Wilson the Time Athlete of the Year. And during that interview with Time Magazine, she said some interesting things. We talked about it. Why does Caitlin Clark have to be dragged into this? We, of course, had the interview himself in the article write about how the popularity with Caitlin Clark coming in and her fans made it such toxic, blah, 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 blah. Right. And that's this right here. In 2024, Caitlin Clark's rookie season helped the WNBA hit milestone TV and attendance figures. But Clark's emergence created a toxic, there we go, racially divisive, there we go, narrative that she was almost singularly responsible for salvaging a league whose foundation had been built by a mostly black player base. Um, this is I covered it a little bit in there. That's a story. This is, again, more victimhood, more activism, more racially divisive nonsense. Do you see how I did that? Racially divisive. It's Gregory spouting this nonsense that is racially divisive. And of course, Asia Wilson had a problem with that by saying, well, first of all, this is where we get the jealous, petty, insecure stuff by saying that that wasn't a hit at me because I'm going to do me regardless. Yeah, because no one else wants to. I'm going to win this MVP. I'll win a gold medal. Yeah, I think the team did that, although you got very lucky. Y'all can't shake my resume. Oh, the insecurity that just oozes out of this woman. It was more so, let's not lose the recipe. Let's not lose the history. It was a race for a minute, and I don't like that. Girl, don't play. Because we have tons of women that have been through the grimiest of grimy things to get the league where it is today. Well, the league is where it is today because of the men of the NBA. They said, hey, you know what? We're going to give the women a league. We're going to financially support it because no one cares to watch. And as she continued, it was more so, let's not lose the recipe. Let's not lose the history. It was erased for, a minute. Oh, God. Why are you putting that at again? Anyway, so yeah, so then of course she got pushback from that and she decided she was going to clap back. You can always tell who reads articles for joy and better understanding of something or someone versus who reads articles just to look for something they disagree on or to stir up stuff. It's crazy out here. Y'all see, here it is again. This is the formula. It's predictive. Asia Wilson says really stupid, ignorant, hateful stuff. People call her on it because she said really ignorant, stupid, hateful stuff. And then she's, oh my goodness. Oh, why are you saying these things to me? I'm all about the joy. If you were about the joy, Caitlin Clark would have never even come up in this article. That is what is absolutely wild. And I think we have that here somewhere. I thought I did. Let's see. Is this it? No, I got it somewhere. I know I do. Here we go. No. Oh, duh. Don't mind me. Don't mind me. We're gonna we're getting there. All right, here we go. We got it. We're ready. And of course, a lot of, well, you had the people, the bots and the cultists that have jumped on it and said really, oh, she's so one. Yeah. Anyway, but she got a lot of pushback from this too, rightfully so. Girl, stop acting like you didn't actively choose to speak on Caitlyn during your moment. Yeah, I mean, you took away from your own moment. That's what's absolutely wild. Someone as narcissistic and insecure as Asia Wilson, and she takes away from a moment like this from herself when she's never said a bad word about you. Facts, when she's used her platform in so many ways to promote you and the legends before you 100%. Maybe don't speak on her name in a negative manner, and there'd be nothing for folks to misinterpret or disagree about 100%. Wow, that she took the threads of all places. But anyway, what she's an amazing talent who deserves every award she's gotten. What she doesn't deserve is using her platform to constantly try to tear down and diminish another player who has been nothing but kind, respectful, and deferential to those who came before her. It's corny behavior, 100%. That's why I say it's petty, jealous, insecure. Corny works too. Caitlyn needs to stop. That's what I'm saying. Caitlyn needs to stop. She needs to realize what is going on. Now, I'm not saying she needs to go paint a target on her back by going out there and constantly bashing, but she just needs to dial back the constant deferential retreatment. She just doesn't need to speak on it anymore. There's no reason for it. Wow, you're nasty. Just a delusional, hateful, jealous. Ah, you are not marketable. True, you are not relatable to people who don't be so mad at someone else who people click with. You and the league can't stand the fact that Clark is the only star of the WNBA dump and not you or any of the angry, resentful, spiteful activists and feminists. Ouch. Went all in. It seems like the writer of the article knew how to get people to read it for clicks. Just mentioned the WNBA's most famous player. Yeah. Now, one thing I want to finish this up with two quick points. Again, the way Asia Wilson is acting is not the way. This is what I mean about unlikable. You don't grow the league like this. It is just so easy to understand, but yet the WNBA players cannot bring themselves to do it. They cannot bring themselves to be normal. They cannot bring themselves to be not angry. And I'm sorry if that hurts your feels because you feel like it's some sort of stereotype, but you cannot look at the WNBA players and everything they say and do and tell me they're not angry all the time, all of the time. But here's the last thing I want to end with because I've brought this up in so many ways, a lot with uh, fans, Caitlin Clark fans getting attacked, but then Caitlin Clark fans also getting attacked by Caitlin Clark fans. But and it's in other sports too. And I always come back to it, even if I disagree with you, as long as we're not talking about really stepping over a line into something like I don't know, someone stalking Caitlin Clark. But in terms of fans and trash talking and liking certain teams and not whatever, I will always say this: stop telling fans how to fan. Stop. They can fan however they want. They're not breaking any laws. It's perfectly fine. They don't need to fan the way you fan. And I'm not even talking to you in the public. I'm referencing what Asia Wilson said. You do not need to take a history test on a league or a sport in order to become a fan. It is absolutely absurd. It is, again, just another thing to use to play victim and to complain about because you cannot be happy without being miserable. You cannot be happy without being a victim. And people are just so damn tired of it. You've got to stop. I don't need to know what every player did in 2004 in order to watch the WNBA now. And I don't need to praise every player in 2004 in order to watch the league now. Same with any other sport. Same with any other sport. I don't need to be able to pass a quiz on the 1955 NHL season and who the players were and how they did and who was the best and what teams. I don't need to do that in order to go watch the NHL now and enjoy it and also complain about it. I just don't. Is we've everything in the Asia Wilson getting the award in the first place, which was participation, to what the interview did in the article, to the things Asia Wilson said, to now Asia Wilson's response to the backlash is everything wrong with the WNBA in terms of marketing the league to help grow it to the next level. It is everything wrong. It is the stuff that is going to keep you from taking that next step because people do not want to watch this. They don't want to watch this. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Appreciate you checking out the video. As always, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. Go have the day you deserve. I will talk to you later.